Let's talk about how the United States government actually works. Most people think it's just one system. But in reality, it's much more complex. In the US, government power is divided into three main levels: federal, state, and local. Each level has its own responsibilities. At the top is the federal government. This is the national government of the United States. It handles major responsibilities like national defense, foreign policy, social security, and Medicare. Then come the state governments. There are 50 states, and each one has its own government. States manage education systems, healthcare programs, and state laws. They also play a big role in managing federal programs at the local level. Now let's move to local governments. These include counties, cities, towns, and special districts. They are responsible for services like police, schools, roads, and utilities. Here's something surprising. There are not just a few local governments in the US. There are over 90,000 government entities across the country. This includes counties, municipalities, school districts, and special service agencies. That means one person can be under multiple governments at the same time. For example, you could be living in a city, inside a county, in a state, and under federal authority all at once. Now let's talk about spending. Running the US government costs a lot of money. In recent years, total government spending has been close to $9 trillion annually. The federal government spends the largest portion. But it also sends a significant amount of money to state and local governments. States and local governments also spend trillions on their own. So where does all this money go? A big portion is spent on social programs. These include healthcare support, food assistance, and housing programs for people in need. Most of this funding comes from the federal government. But many of these programs are managed by the states. Education is another major expense. Around 90% of education funding in the US comes from state and local governments. The federal government contributes a much smaller share. That's why school systems can vary from one state to another. Transportation and infrastructure also receive significant funding. This includes roads, bridges, and public transport systems. Funding here is shared between federal, state, and local governments. Now let's look at law enforcement. Most policing and criminal justice responsibilities are handled at the local and state levels. Local police departments, courts, and prisons handle the majority of cases. The federal government plays a smaller but important role in national-level crimes. Public health is another shared responsibility. Federal agencies provide funding and research, while states and local governments manage hospitals and health services. Now the big question: where does the government get its money? The answer is taxes. The federal government mainly collects income taxes and corporate taxes. State governments collect income taxes and sales taxes. Local governments rely heavily on property taxes. Each level of government has its own sources of revenue, and they also share money with each other. This creates a system where money flows between federal, state, and local levels. It may seem complicated, but it's designed this way for a reason. The idea is to balance power. The federal government handles national issues. States handle regional matters. And local governments take care of everyday services. This system affects every part of life in the United States, from the roads people drive on, to the schools children attend, to the taxes everyone pays. So next time you think about the US government, remember this. It's not just one system. It's a network of thousands of governments working together. If you want more informative videos like this, subscribe to my channel, GlobalEye, now!